Hey everybody, this is Brian. Welcome to Chiller Night Live. We're from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until 9 o'clock. We'll talk about all things horror and science fiction, all things under the Chiller name or umbrella, however you want to put that. But Renee, right off the bat, hello Ava, Bryan Hogue, and Jack Shadow. Happy Halloween, Chiller Night Theater. It's live horror sci-fi Terror Tuesday. And Sam Hain, All Hallows Eve too. This is a special live show tonight, most definitely. Yes, yes. And I don't know if everybody got my notification earlier. I did post that it would be me appearing tonight because Jack Shadow, quite frankly, is in need of some rest. So maybe he rest in, I hate to say rest in peace. That sounds pretty final. But he is resting tonight. So D says, oh, thanks for joining us, Renee. D says, ghoul evening, tripping over my own tongue. Ghoul evening, everyone. Ghoul evening, D. Thanks for joining us. Renee says, nailed it. Yeah, she got it first. Stephanie says, hey, y'all. Hey, Stephanie. Renee says, happy Halloween. And then there's just all kinds of, just a plethora of stuff after that. Emojis and dogs and cats living together and all just a real just chaotic scene here. Wish you could see what I'm seeing. But it says, happy Halloween, Brian. Happy Halloween to you, Bonehead. Thanks for joining us. Brian says, let's go Yankees. Okay. I remember, speaking of Yankees, the Yankees and the Dodgers. Remember that World Series from, was that 1979? I don't know. I won't dwell on this, but I don't know. For some reason, you just took me back because I was looking up old pictures of like the old vintage Halloween stuff. I don't know. My mind is going back to the thrilling days of yesteryear. Stephanie says, that's okay, Brian. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jack kindly asked me to just keep doing what I'm doing. SBC says, hello, everyone. Hey, SBC. Thanks for joining us. Patty says, rest with Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces. Yeah. Brian says 1981. Ah, okay. Was it really? Wow. 1981. I was glued to the TV during that World Series. Patty says, sorry, not Reese's Pieces. I filled in the blanks there for you, Patty. I had you covered. I normally have those Reese's Pumpkins. It has been a tradition of mine to when it's haunt season and I begin to build the haunted house. That's not begin to build it, but I normally go out there and open my Reese's pumpkin, have that. It's just one of those little traditions that because when I first started building haunts, like back in 2006. The exciting thing was, like in August, normally toward the end of August, right, if I remember correctly, now it's like the day after Valentine's Day, it seems. You'd start to see the stuff like in the dollar stores or CVS and stuff like that. So that kind of was the official announcement, ringing the dinner bell that Halloween was coming. So. But I didn't do that this year. I had one at the very, very beginning, but then I went on this crazy Jack Shadow diet. So I still haven't. I had one months ago, and I haven't had one since because I'm still kind of on that. SBC says vintage Halloween. That was the best, Brian, or that was the best Halloween. Yes. Brian says, congratulations on a great haunted house season. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Renee says, oh, Jack Shadow is resting in pieces. Yeah, I suppose he is. He is, these things, they take they take their toll on me, you know. I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean this in a negative way whatsoever. But I will say that once the season's done, I wish I could just hibernate, you know, for like a couple weeks. But alas, I cannot. But Jack Shadow can. So I know it's not even Halloween yet, but man, oh man, that was I'm just a little spent, folks. Jason says, "Good evening, home from Cornhole. Congratulations on a successful Jack Shadow's House of Terror." Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Kevin says, "Good evening. Good evening, Kevin. Thanks for joining us." Stephanie says, "Speaking of vintage Halloween, I saw a clip of Halloween special on YouTube. They did decors and recipes." Oh, yeah? Well, you're welcome to post a link if you want to on there. But that's pretty cool. That's if you don't have to go digging for it in your history. But yeah, that's pretty neat. A lot of cool things going on. They had trick or treat in our area, but sadly, Ava and I missed out again because we're having the haunted house on because now the borough is doing their trick or treating on like the Saturday before, and I guess that works out best for the kids in the community. You know, I remember growing up, it was always on Halloween night. I don't remember it ever, at least where I grew up, it was always on Halloween night. And I wish I had more pictures of this. Like I dug these out. These are not mine, but there is one that is mine that I've shown on here before. But I just remember these things growing up. I'll just throw up a few of them. Remember that the old the devil mask and the creature from the Black Lagoon and Frankenstein. This is what I'm talking about. That Glenn Strange look to the creature mask. That was the classic Ben Cooper Halloween costumes. And then there was, I've shown this one before, but there's me as the Planet of the Apes soldier, and my brother Troy as Mr. Spock. I couldn't tell you what year that was. 73, 74 maybe. I don't know. But that just takes me back. Whoops. I gotta put my pumpkin back up. I was going to actually put a picture of that jack-o'-lantern sitting on the front of my house to show that this was actually mine. I did that. John says it's Tuesday night, and as we reach the home stretch to the second best holiday of the season, it's time again for Chiller Night Live. This is your unofficial announcer, Crozak the Grand, and now here's the reason we show up. Here's Bryan Hogue. Thank you, Crozak the Grand. Much appreciated. SBC says, soon it's time for Christmas horror movies again. Christmas, yeah. I suppose that's inevitable. All the stores are just, you just reminded me of something. With the Halloween and Christmas. I think I mentioned this last week. Or maybe one of you mentioned it first. I don't recall, but I know that I've seen this. Is the Spirit Halloween stores are, I don't know if they're all going to do this. I'm kind of anxious to see. They are sticking around longer and going to transform from Spirit Halloween to Spirit Christmas. So I'm kind of curious to see what that's all about. I am a Christmas guy. I love Christmas, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what's up with that. Stephanie says, "Oh wow, nice Frankenstein mask." Yeah, I used to love those. I did have one of those when I was a kid. Stephanie says, "Love the Wolfman shirt." Ah, thank you, the Wolfman. Rocky78 says, "Hello everyone." Hey Rocky, thanks for joining us. Jason says, "Oil City always had trick or treat on Halloween when I was a kid." See, and I, not very far from you, just a few miles away, there in Seneca. That's, where we always went trick-or-treating. It was on Halloween night, just like you're saying with Oil City. Um, John says, funny how those Ben Cooper Halloween costumes would never fit right if you're taller than your age. Yeah, I think that show's pretty good here. Yeah. Oh well, those were the days. Those were the days. Um, let's see. Jason says, thanks killing with the killer turkey and Thanksgiving, the recent horror movie, are both cheesy, fun horror films. So hold on, Krampus, until the killer turkey is stuffed. Ah, yeah, that's right. Geez, like we were talking about last week, they're just kind of pulling all the holidays in. But hey, if someone's enjoying them, apparently some people are. Enough people, I should say, that they're making these movies. Chiller Night Theater Live, Renee says, and then just a slew of I don't know what you're doing there, how you're doing all that. Just all these emojis, crazy. Rocky78 says, love Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, me too. Me too. D says, Spirit Christmas, probably just a money grab. Wait, probably. That's, I guess, in just the way it is anymore. Oh, there's my baby saying, love you, baby. Love you back. Love you. She's on Facebook. This is interesting. I get more viewers live on YouTube, but I get many more views on Facebook. And maybe that's because I'm on Bryan Hogue's page. See it, Chiller Night Escape Experience, Jack Shadow's House of Terror, and Chiller Night Theaters pages. So it's weird about this. Chiller Night Escape Experience, the Facebook page, I've been trying to change it to just Chiller Night, but I cannot. So I didn't want to touch it before Halloween because I knew I'd be promoting a lot of stuff, pushing the haunted house and stuff. So I think after Halloween is done, I'll probably make a new page at just Chiller Night or the Chiller Night store. Dan says, hi everyone, hi Brian. Hey Dan, thanks for joining us. Let's see, everyone's exchanging their salutations. Tony says, hi Ava, hi Brian. Hey Tony, thanks for joining us. Renee says, gonna see Girl School, British heavy metal band tonight at DNA Lounge. All right. That's right. Yeah. You're like, what, 3 hours behind us over here in Eastern Time, over in our neck of the woods. So, well, I hope you enjoy your opening, our Alcatraz, Lillian Axe. I hope you enjoy your concert tonight. He says, love your T-shirt, Brian. Ah, thank you. I love this one. I do too. It's first of all, I love the Wolfman. The werewolf just is one of my. It's probably my favorite, of the classic monsters, like the Halloween monsters, certainly. But and then just the color scheme of the shirt is pretty neat. John says, maybe Spirit will sell Mariah Carey Christmas outfits and Grinch and Whoville attire. Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah. Maybe they'll have Mariah Carey Christmas music playing in the background. I don't know how far they're going to get into this. Creator Testament Possessed Blind Illusion played the other night on their Clash of the Titans tour. Did they play at you mean at the DNA Lounge is where you're going tonight? Pretty neat. Al says, hey everyone, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, Alan. Thanks for joining us. Now, I had mentioned this last week, but we have a whole week in between these shows, so a lot of you probably didn't remember. Or if you did, maybe you just didn't, but I was like, hey, send me your either your Halloween decorations or costumes, and I'll post them on tonight. I got a couple from Dee and her family when they went through the haunted house. I was going to show those last week, but I didn't ask Dee in time. So I always like to do that just as a common courtesy, especially if there are others in the picture, like children. So I'm going to show a few of these pictures here. There is Dee and her family there with Jack Shadow. I said, I don't know if the kids heard me, but the boys, I said, yeah, that's the only way Jack Shadow is going to be taller than her boys in that picture. Well, her husband too, but just by standing up on his chair. He's cheating. But we very much appreciated seeing you and your family out for the Jack Shadow's House of Terror, and then there they are with our actor playing Art the Clown. So, and that actor did very, very well. He did such a good job playing that clown. I was very impressed with him. Now that's some of the Halloween happenings that we had, and Dee was kind enough to submit those pictures. And let's see, put back on here the webcam. SBC says, "Is there actually a holiday about that they didn't make a horror film?" Yeah, I don't know. It probably, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I can't even. My mind's fried. It's so funny. Like, and I don't mean this in any way. I don't. Again, I'm gonna be. I'm just after the haunt. I'm just done. I tell Ava, I just wish I could hibernate and you wake me up on Thanksgiving. So if I'm a little, mentally fried, that's why. There's so much going on. Stephanie says, tonight I'm at an online book club. We talked about that. That's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. After this, we're talking about Nosferatu. Okay, very cool. Tom says, Bone, SBC. Hey, Tom, thanks for joining us. Stephanie says, cool, Brian. Hi, Tom. Stephanie says, eek. Let's see. Do you need some chill time to recharge? Chill time? Yeah. Yes, I do. I do. Stephanie says, hang in there, Brian. Oh, yeah. No, everything's fine. Everything's good. It's just one of those things where it is funny because, the hard part is preparing for the haunt. The stressful part is probably during the haunt, because there's so much that, even though I'm playing a part in the haunted house, I still have all the responsibility. Anytime you're doing an event with the public, you want everyone being safe, you want everyone to have a good time, enjoy themselves, you want to make sure your actors are doing what they're supposed to do, and safely. So there's just so much that I'm kind of processing during the month. And let's see. And then for the costumes, this is kind of funny. George, he doesn't normally join us live, but he watches it after the fact. He sent me a picture here with the eye. He said that he'd always find a use for the dimple in his throat from a trach. So that's pretty creative there, George. I appreciate you sending that and contributing to tonight's festivities, photo festivities. So that was funny. Dee says, I made it funny and didn't even realize. Sorry about the pun. All right. I thought that's what you were doing, the chill for chiller. see. All right, so, oh my gosh, that was funny. So I'm going to show you some pictures of the, because this is still near and dear to me, obviously. Oh, I showed George's costume. I'll put it in the costume category. Here is, that's the last costume that I did for a party that I went to. This was, you know, several years ago, because I don't do them now, right, with having the haunted house and stuff. But that was me, my version of the Lone Ranger, based on the Dynamite comics, because that's just, quite frankly, the easiest and cheapest way to go about. But and then there's Ava and I, that year we were passing out candy for trick or treat. Well, when we were here, we would dress up, and I've got pictures of her and other witch costumes, and me as, you know, well, Jack Shadow came to pass out candy at the Hogue house, and let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, the haunt. There's a cool picture of one of our clowns, or the main clown character. What else we got? Oh, that's a kind of a neat looking zombie looking through a window when you're in one of the rooms, like you're in a living room. That's the infinity hallway. All right, so that's pretty cool. That turned out really neat. There's one. Daniel, is Daniel on here tonight watching with his daughters? Sometimes he does that. John says, "You're great." Me? Well, thank you, John, if you're referring to me. Watching from Franklin. Ah, very cool, very cool. I appreciate you, and thanks for joining us tonight. SBC says, I don't think there is a UFO day yet. Really? That's odd. A holiday where you dress up as an alien or man in black and chase each other through the desert. That'd be great fun. Yeah, that would be kind of neat. Getting some dune buggies and I don't know if that's what you mean, but let's see. John says, I did find out that, oh, I got this stuck on Daniel. He was one of our zombies. I just think that's a neat look. Okay, going there. Ah, there's my beautiful bride, Ava, as the witch. Done up. It was kind of cool because now she's not smiling there, or making any facial expressions there to show her teeth. But it was kind of cool because she had her teeth, you know, some of her teeth blackened out. So one eye white. That one right there is a little. Well, there was fog in her room, so kind of in a woods setting, so you can't see her too well. It's not real super clear. And then there's a picture of a poor chap getting it's like he's getting cut into his neck by a rather nasty guy. That was a pretty neat. Wish I could show you the video for that one. That's pretty cool. And werewolves. Speaking of the Wolfman, I was talking about him a little bit ago. There's one of our werewolves. And one of the actors has Art the Clown. So had a lot of fun. Oh, wait a minute. And here's one of the pictures of the crew. One of the nights afterwards, toward the end of the night, we took this picture. And then here's another picture. So we had a good time. You know, I don't know how it looks there, but I think we had. No, in this picture we have a couple missing, and then in the other one we have a couple missing. But we actually have, like, on nights of operation, when everybody's there, we have 25 people operating this whole thing. John says, I did find out that several radio stations will play either the original radio broadcast or the War of the Worlds, or a more modern version. It will be playing on a public radio station, and I think maybe on a radio streaming station. Any of your, like, local radios, or are you talking like a big radio, like famous radio station? I wouldn't even know what that. Oh, streaming stations, I suppose, would reach a lot. Yeah, why not? I think that's a neat idea. Um, Extraterrestrial alien, Renee says. Renee says World UFO Day. Of course Renee would know. Yeah, we should have just skipped all that and just asked her right off the bat. Is July 2nd. I am a ufologist. Right, in the UFO world community. That is correct. Roswell UFO Crash Day, Renee says. Oh, really? Is that the day it happened in July 2nd, 1947? The same year. Of the Air Force's birthday. Let's see. Al says, hi everyone, happy Halloween. SBC says, Renee, that's great. I have to make myself an alien costume for that. Very cool. Al says, hey everyone, happy Halloween. Yes, happy Halloween, everybody. Yeah, imagine that. This is, I really wanted to do a Chiller Night theater live. I wanted to do a, or at least to do a pre-taped one, if not that. But I really did. I find myself, you know, always thinking it would be a neat idea. I think I'm just going to skip that whole live show Chiller Night Theater idea during October, because this is the second one in a row where I just get so caught up with, you know, between the haunted house, the escape rooms, I don't know, the birthday party, stuff like that. Like it's not like I have these things going on every day, but it does seem to just be a lot. So a lot enough. I'll put it this way: enough to where I can't fit much more onto my plate. You know what I mean? And I wish that weren't the case. I wish I had. You know, when it comes to Chiller Night Theater, I wish I had like a staff of people. You know, I wish I had like, you know, maybe one other person to like help with the writing and the ideas and stuff. Because I just find that I run out of time. So that's just it. I wish that it weren't that way. It would be really super cool. You know, I would love even to bring the show back. But the reason why Jack is retired right now from the show is for this reason. I just simply, I don't, you know, most of the time I don't have the time to sit and write like I used to. So I don't know a good solution for that, other than like eventually down the road, like if I can bring the show back. I don't know. I gotta, how though? I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for that. The only way I could have done it, like the last year that we did it, the Chiller Night Theaters, it was just me. I was doing this. We had a picture of Jack Shadow on the wall to kind of play tribute to him as the host. And we were just doing this basically with the Chiller, with Jack Shadow's throne room, you know, in the back. That took almost no, you know, preparing. So and it's me. So you're used to me just doing this and talking like this. So, you know, as far as Jack Shadow, he's meant to be a lot more eloquent than I am. That's for sure. So the only way I could bring the show back is if it's, unless were to get a staff or at least one other person helping as far as like preparing the shows, is if I could hire somebody to help out. Jason, so we should all thank Bryan for constantly providing us with this amazing show, even while putting on a haunted house while keeping his day job. Thank you, kind sir. Oh, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. I really do. That's very nice of you to say that. I get so disappointed with not being, you know, it's like Chiller Night Theater. I should, you know, but then Jack Shadow is busy, you know, in October with the House of Terror, Jack Shadow's House of Terror. So it's not like he's not doing his thing. He, you know, turned that character back to his origin, and that was where he came from, is doing the haunted house. And it is fun. It is fun to do that, and to do that character, and it's so funny because he's not the scary part. I mean, Dee can, she can tell you that that's not his purpose. His purpose is just to set that atmosphere, and then let him in, you know. And although Jack Shadow, there are times where, did I mention this last week, or did it happen afterwards? I've had this happen several times where Jack's doing his little bit, the dialogue there, and I've seen people just pee themselves right there. Not many, but it does happen. There's a part in the dialogue where, it is intended to startle you if you're not, ready for it. And I've gotten some people right there in the first room. Imagine that. I was thinking about that the other night. There was this poor lady, and she had what do? You walk through it. Rather uncomfortably, I'm sure. But hey, I like seeing that. I mean, that's I don't get all dressed up for nothing. We don't like to scare people. I'm just typically not the one really necessarily doing it as that character. I just throw out a little startle there. But Stephanie says, "How is everybody's Halloween week so far?" Yeah. Anybody got any traditions that they still do, or that they've even recently acquired? I don't know. I used to be really big on watching, not so much anymore, but it used to be, I definitely watched, I say watched because I don't necessarily keep up with it as much now, but it was a big deal for me every year for quite a while. I would watch The Bride of Frankenstein and Curse of the Werewolf on Halloween night. And that was, I don't know, that was a lot of fun for me. But probably only so many times you can you can watch that, I guess. Todd says, watching from Florida. Miss you, brother. Oh, hey, Todd, thanks for joining us. From Florida. Ah. We had some really good weather up here today, I'll tell you. It was like 70 degrees. And on Halloween, I'm sure it's not Florida weather, what you're used to. But on Halloween, it's supposed to be like in the mid 70s. That's doesn't happen very often. Not in our neck of the woods. Patty says, Stephanie, I got my car back. No bill yet. Kitchen all torn up, no running water in the house. I guess the week is going okay. Oh no. Patty, your car and then your plumbing, what? PBR, hey! I'm getting a little hand wave, so alright, PBR, thanks for joining us. Where's Lasercorn? Manos Man, Paul was back last week, so, and Tom, we found out, was lurking. He was lurking, but he was with us, so maybe he's still with us, I don't know. Sending hugs to Pat. Rocky says, hello, when is your next chiller night on YouTube? You have a lot on your plate. Actually, Rocky, to be honest, I don't know. That's the short answer. I just don't know, because, Jack is, he's retired from the hosting of the horror hosting part. Last October, I wanted to bring him back for a Halloween special. This October, wanted to bring him back for a Halloween special. I just didn't. I just couldn't do it. So, and I felt bad, because that's why I was like careful to say I'll try, but I can't commit to it. So I can't give you an answer there. I wish I could. I still eat candy, Todd says. All right. Nice. Dan says, I usually go through Simpsons Treehouse of Horror and Barbara Steele movies. Ah, that's cool. Stephanie says, I watched Halloween 1978 on Halloween night, eating pizza, popcorn, and candy after trick-or-treating is over in the living room. Ah, cool, very cool. Patty says, this year, Beetlejuice on home TV. Neat. PBR says, I recommend House of the Long Shadow. Anytime you get Peter Cushing, Vincent Price, and Christopher Lee, you know it's good. Oh, definitely. John says, it's a marathon of the the Simpsons Treehouse of Terror. And some of the episodes of the Munsters and Addams Family are on my watch list. Ah, so you have a frightfully fun um, TV schedule there on Halloween. That's cool, very cool. New Crow, Renee says, new Crow movie on Blu-ray DVD November 5th. Oh yeah, and Tom is still lurking. Okay, Tom is lurking. Let's see. Dan says, perfect movie to watch on the night. Al says, will Jack be giving out candy at your house on Halloween night, Brian? No, not at our house. We if they had trick or treat in our area on Saturday, and we were doing we were at Jack Shadow's house that night, so we didn't get to pass out the candy, which I miss that. I miss that because Ava and I would dress up and we'll pass out candy on the front porch. So let's see. Dee says, I love Jack Shadow. I stream the YouTube channel for shows quite often. Horror movie marathon and pizza for our family this Halloween. Birthday cake and piñata afterwards. Oh, that's right. You mentioned that, yeah, for your boys there. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. That is cool. That is neat. Speaking of Jack Shadow and birthdays, you said at my house, what I'd be passing out at my house. During the birthday party that Jack was at, we had the birthday party there at Jack Shadow's House of Terror. It was on a Sunday where Jack gave the kids a tour through the haunted house, and Jack and the parents, and there was a kind of a neat little setup, and got permission from all these parents to show all these pictures. So, but it was kind of neat because they were asking me, "Is this your house?" Yes, Jack would say. Yes, this is my house of terror. Although today it's in a much more friendly, way. So, nothing to be alarmed about. Where do you sleep in your house? And there was a casket right there. Oh, they said, do you sleep in that? And I said, sure. They were just asking so many questions. It is funny because the kids they're not afraid of that character. Adults seem to be more, the adults who don't know me, or aren't familiar with that character on TV maybe, or on the show there. I seem to be a little more, I actually quite a bit creeped out. Like they'll scream, as soon as they start talking. Because I don't think they have any idea what the other Jack is like, in on Chiller Night Theater. But the kids are just, they are so inquisitive. They're so curious about that character. They'll give them hugs and stuff. They want to be around. They want to ask them questions and stuff. I wasn't expecting that when I first started doing the character. I definitely wasn't expecting that from the kids. How they kind of gravitate toward that character. They're very curious. They seem to really like Jack Shadow. SBC says, I hand out candy. I'm usually the only one in the area who decorates for Halloween, so a lot of children come to visit me. Afterwards, I watch some old horror film. That's very cool. Yeah, kids, if you're the only one who decorates, they're going to definitely visit you because they know you're the fun one in the neighborhood who's actually celebrating the holiday. Renee says, the iconic tall mortuary man in all Phantasm movies died a long time ago. Renee says up here. I was kind of scanning to see if there was a reference to that. I rewatched all the Phantasm flicks. Oh, okay, okay. Um, Renee says the little girl Caroline in all three Poltergeist movie died a long time ago in real life. Yeah, was that little Heather? Was it? I'm thinking O'Rourke. Is that right? The little blonde girl. Um, I know I was startled to hear that. Dee says, Renee, I don't think she even got to finish the third movie. Yeah, that's very sad to hear that. Dee says, yeah, very sad, all due to a misdiagnosed caught too late. SBC says, having birthday parties there is a great idea. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if that's going to pick up, you know. Um, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. But I actually have it. If you go to the website, just go there to chillernight.com. Check it out. Look at it. I have different party packages that you can select from. Even if you're not doing it, just if you get a chance to check it out, it's kind of cool. But the last one is why do I do this to myself? But the last package is that you can get Jack Shadow to appear at the party and do like a magic show, like a half-hour magic. And I took that one off of the online booking because I was like, I'm not even going to entertain doing that one just yet because I got to practice, get back into the groove of that, the old. You know, but I just like I think that I don't know. I suppose kids would really like that. I think so. I think they'd probably find that pretty cool. Um, Amanda says, "Good evening." Good evening, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. I started back a long time ago with Sleepy Hollow Theater. I did have a few segments where Jack did um, some magic tricks. I was going to start having that character for this idea. I thought, well, maybe Jack could like appear at parties and stuff. So even back then, and I haven't been Sleepy Hollow Theater. No, this was back in like 2009, 2010 when I started doing this, or one of those years, because it was only a couple episodes, and then I trailed off. But because I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. So I was doing rope tricks and some cup and ball things. But I thought down the road, maybe I could do something like this. And so kind of revisiting that idea. No package for funerals yet, SBC says. Oh, I suppose there would be birthdays and funerals. I mean, why not go full circle with it, right? All right. So, hey, while we're here, as long as we're here, let's mention the one thing that brought us all here from the very beginning, and that is Chiller Night Theater. You can watch Chiller Night Theater still every Saturday night on Stream TV at streammedia.tv. Streammedia.tv. Every Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll see 4 episodes of Chiller Night Theater back to back. So, no delay at all. So they'll be playing them back to back. And then also on Saturday nights at 11:58 p.m. Eastern Time on New York 48 WWON TV. And this one actually has a Roku channel as well. So get on there and check it out on Roku. Pretty neat little, or not little, but it's a pretty neat channel. They got a lot of different horror hosts and stuff like that to watch. So, but hey, I think you ought to watch Chiller Night Theater and Jack Shadows. So that's just me. I'm kind of partial to it. Tom says, how can you do sleight of hand wearing a damn mask like that? Must be next to impossible. Not only that, but the rope tricks I have to get a certain type of glove, and I had to reorder them because if you can't do a lot of tricks with just a regular cloth glove. You have to have the like a rubber grip on the inside. Otherwise, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I have to I have to really practice to. I mean, there's just a little bit of a movement. If you do it wrong, you're you're gonna mess up the trick. You have to catch those ropes at the a certain point, just at at the right area, and you can't miss. So. Um, Yeah, so that's it. The mask isn't that bad. The actual mask isn't that bad because when I recreated the mask that I wear now, it's much thinner, and I have a lot better vision, peripheral vision and everything. For when I'm interact. It was designed for that reason, not for the tricks, but for interacting with the public because I could see much better now, and I thought that was a little safer to be interacting, especially when I get a little close to people in the haunted house. But yeah, I definitely need to practice, practice, practice. Stephanie says, "I'm always there, Brian." All right. Well, thank you, Stephanie. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, Tom says, Stream TV ever fixed a Roku channel? No. No, that's a shame because that was pretty cool. You know what? I've mentioned this on here before, but I really, I would like to relaunch the show, but I would like to do it now that I've got, and Ava's mentioned this too, we've got sets. I have to adjust the Jack Shadow one because that's the haunt version of it. I have to adjust it to make it look a bit more like the TV set that I had at Stream TV. Kind of tweak it a bit with the right lighting and stuff. The lighting is everything, really. But she's got her own witch room and stuff. So we would have the sets, and that would be kind of cool. Probably a lot of that would be pre-taped. I don't know. I don't know if it ever would be done live, but that would be kind of neat. But it'd be neat if I actually could have my own Roku channel and have all these shows on there as well. I think that would be really neat. I would be interested in that. I just don't know when. I don't know when. I'd love to do that. It just got ahead of me, It just got too much to try to keep up with. This is not. Other than loading some pictures onto the queue, there's no prepping for this show that I have to worry about. There's no prepping on here, so. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's cool. Dee just sent me some pictures here. What is this? What are these pictures of? Oh my gosh. That's a cool. This is a cool little outfit. I don't know if I can get them on here. Maybe I can put them on for. I don't know if I could do that for this week because I'm always afraid to load a picture on here. Are these? Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is cute. Who's what? When were these taken? Are these your boys from what I can only imagine quite a while ago? The boys' first and second birthday costumes. Oh my gosh! Wow, those maybe I can show those next week if you permit me to do that. But those are neat. That one actually looks kind of Jack Shadow-ish. The vampire one, the Dracula one. Those are cool. Those are neat. Thank you for sharing those. Yeah, if you're cool with it, maybe I'll put those up next week. Yeah, those are boys from 2009 and 2011. Oh, that's cool. Wow. It's so funny to see, and I know kids grow up, but as big as your sons are now, it's funny to see that. Those are good pictures. Patty says, "Stay safe, all, and happy Hallows Eve." Ah, you too, Patty. You're taking off. Oh, see, I would not have guessed it was that late in the night there. Dee says, "You're welcome." Oh, thank you, Dee. Dee also got a Spirit of Halloween book when she was there at the haunted house, though. Autographed by Jack Shadow. I hope it was okay. Dave, when he was bringing me that into me, and I was guessing that was you, but he says, this young lady out there would like to have the book signed. And he opened it like this. So I thought, and I'm thinking, like, did you want it signed in the back? So if not, I can get you another one, I guess. But SBC's, I was just wondering, is pizza appropriate for a Christmas horror movie? Sure it is. Hey, let me tell you something. Pizza is always appropriate for any type of horror movie. I'm just making that declaration right now. Ah, see, Tom backs me up. Pizza is perfect for a Christmas horror movie. Yes, yes, any type. Just cut through the chase on this one. Any horror movie, pizza. Okay. Renee says, "Awesome live show, Brian." Thank you, Renee. I appreciate that. For Dee and anybody who's come through the House of Terror, I could see, like, I have a peephole that I can actually look out and see the crowd. So I saw you. I saw you, you and your family in line. I recognize you and your boys, and I figured the Green Lantern. Yeah, it was your husband. Cool shirt, by the way. But and then afterwards, when you were leaving, I was actually standing out there. I was standing there watching, and I saw you guys leaving and standing by the doorway, the entryway into the store. And I was like, huh. I don't know that I can really get her attention, because I was going to see if you had mentioned something about what's the etiquette for taking pictures in the haunted house. So I didn't know if you'd wanted to get another picture of Jack Shadow or any of the other characters there, but that's why I had messaged you and told you that. And then you came back. To get your pictures. So that was really cool. Dee says, "No, I just handed him the book. No worries, it's great." Okay, cool. Because when he had that, I was, and I'm like, how can I question this? I don't know. I can't go out and ask you, because at that time I didn't even know it was you. I kind of was wondering if it was, but so that's cool. I'm glad you like it. Stephanie says, "Pizza indeed," and then Renee says, and I like this, "Pizza smothered in pepperoni with extra cheese." Oh, you guys, extra sauce. Yes, some good ideas there with your pizzas. No, I just oregano. Yeah. Is anybody, like I say, I don't know if anybody has any Halloween traditions or still, like me. My Halloween traditions are not as locked in as they used to be in years ago. But like I said, I used to always do that, and then I just got away from it. And, it's just kind of a happy memory. It was nice nice time in my life to to do that. Now I just kind of reminisce, you know, and enjoy my memories. Do my haunted house, escape room. Sometimes I have the escape room. Um, Dee says, yeah, the message didn't come through until we were back out in the van. It was like, we got to go back in, LOL. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, Jack, you know, he could see you guys, and I was like, oh, I felt really bad because I was like, huh, I wonder if she wanted some pictures like inside, which I tell the actors, like, you know, I'm not super strict about breaking character. I prefer they don't. You know, I have this talk with them at our actor meetings, and I say, but I will tell you this: after you do your thing, your scare, your skit, your part, if somebody wants their picture taken with you, get their picture. You know, get your picture taken with them because they're gonna post that. You know, like you did. You know, you gave me a nice review there on social media, and I really appreciate that. But so I welcome the pictures, and so that was kind of cool. We went out to the photo op little station there, but because of the fog that was in there, it didn't look too good. So I said, I suggested maybe we go into Jack Shadow's room and get a picture there. Children Night Theater Live now is rocking, Renee says. Thank you. John says, and as the final hour is closer to the 31st, prepare yourself well. You have been tuned to Chiller Night Live with Bryan Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand reminding you to be kind to the little trick-or-treaters who visit. Very good. Remember, Jack's birthday is on the 31st. Until next week, stay chilled and keep thrilled. Thank you, Crozak the Grand. Happy Halloween to you and to everybody. I really hope you all have I don't know how much you do at the ages we are, most of us, other than maybe taking your kids out for trick-or-treating if it's at night, or parties. Maybe you go to parties. Ava and I occasionally still get to do that. Haven't in a few years because we're get the haunted house. But Renee says, Jack Shadow action figure. I would love a Jack Shadow action figure. Well, Patty did that custom doll back there. So that was neat. That's the closest I have. Although SBC sent me, and I don't know how to make a picture out of that, SBC. But I wouldn't want to show the picture until you give me the okay. But he's doing a 3D print. It looks like, I don't know how that stuff works, but it looks really neat. It's of the head of Jack Shadow. You can tell it looks just like my mask, the face from a picture. And it's got the hat and the hair. Looking really neat. I can't wait to see it when it's done. Renee says, UFO sports model, Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar. Trick or treat, she says. Stephanie says, take care, y'all. See you next week, and happy Halloween. Yes, hope everybody has a very happy Halloween. Tom says, everyone have a wonderful Halloween. And, there's an and see you next week. All right, Tom, you too. And everybody else, night everyone, stay healthy and happy Halloween, SBC says. Yes, it is 9 o'clock. Folks, thank you for joining me and each other. And yes, happy Halloween. Everyone have a great Halloween season. And I'll see you next week. Till then, have a good night.